So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this session. I'm just going to show you what the things you need to do for yourself to put yourself in control. One of the things I'm always talking about is that you have to focus on what you can control. And right now, there are jobs on Upwork that are having some kind of connects that are very, very fun. Now, if you want to, be above that, you have to ensure that you focus on the things you can control. Now, I remember creating an article that I've shared on the 10 different ways to earn on Upwork, where I said, apart from submitting proposals, there are other ways to earn on the platform, but that's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying here is just understanding that, first of all, you will notice that they are changing some UI, user interface. See, this used to be another color before. It's now gold, normal star color, like gold star. Used to be another. That's what they do. They change their user interface regularly. So you need to just pay attention to what is what. Then sometimes they adjust their algorithm. And nowadays, they've now been increasing connect. So if you click on some kind of jobs, for example, you'll be seeing, the connects that, so this particular one is 14 connect. So this particular one is 14 connect. Let me look for another one. Let's look for another one. This one is 22 connect, as you can see, guys. As you can see, 22 connect is, when you multiply it at 15 cents per connect, it means that you are spending, if you want to apply for this kind of job, it means that you are spending $3. Like, if you even convert it to Naira, that's when it becomes mad. But it means that you are spending $3 to apply for a job. Like, I'm telling you this figure so that you can, when you're applying for jobs, you apply with your sense. And if you are not, I've always taught you the fundamentals. Now, this is the time for those fundamentals to work for you very well. If you are not sure about a job, now that does not mean you're going to win every job. But what it means is that you put yourself in the best position to win jobs. So basically, one of the first alternatives to Upwork, I want to talk about, today is not about Upwork. One of the first alternatives to Upwork I want to talk about is LinkedIn. So I'm going to be talking about LinkedIn very well here. Like, I'm going to be talking about, go deep into LinkedIn. Then I also want to talk about the remote jobs platform, but I won't talk go deep. I just want to focus on LinkedIn today. So I will spend a lot of time on LinkedIn today. And for I'll spend a lot of time on LinkedIn today, and I just want to talk about one platform that's also similar, not similar, it's just a remote job platform, this startup jobs platform. Yep. So it's this startup jobs platform. So this startup job platform is a platform. Maybe I just start with it before I move into LinkedIn. It's a platform for remote jobs, similar to uh, similar to Indeed, similar to LinkedIn. So it's just, there's a lot of jobs there. It's like, they've taken the algorithm. Is the way remote job boards that I've always been teaching you guys work is the way it works. So it means that you can also go to these platforms and be applying for jobs. And if you are not in Nigeria, if you're in the UK, if you're in the US or Canada, that means you can apply for jobs that are not remote. So if you are in Nigeria, but you want remote only jobs, you click on this remote, so I get only remote jobs. And you can see remote jobs on this platform currently is close to 20,000. So that means there are over 20,000. There are about 20,000 jobs here that are remote. So if we had the contractor, it's more than 20,000. This is just full time. If we had part-time, internship, and contractor, there are more than 20,000. So there are more than 20,000 remote jobs on this platform, like from these job boards as I speak. Now, it means that any niche you are in, why not go and test check it out. So let's say you're in email marketing, for example. So this is it, email marketing. You can type it in and you can see your email marketing, remote jobs that are in email marketing. Read these instructions and apply for it. Let's say you're in content, for example. Say you're in content, just see the remote jobs in content. Let's say you are in the graphics, for example. See the remote jobs in graphics. You see them, you apply for them. Or no, this is remote jobs in graphics, you apply for them. So let's say you are in UI UX, for example. As you can see, wow. Let's say you are in, let's say even say you're a virtual assistant, for example. See, as you can see, virtual admin assistant. You see some there. Like, yeah. Now, this is just an alternative to Upwork, meaning that if you're not seeing jobs on Upwork, go and try check all these platforms. There's a whole lot of them, but I'm not going to use today to talk about all of them. But let me just briefly talk about them, so before I go into LinkedIn. Because LinkedIn I want to talk about today. But let me just talk about these other platforms. Now, we have this Digini. This one is mostly for the Ukrainians people, but it's also you can sign up on this platform and get jobs. Build your profile on the platforms and get jobs. There's a lot of more technical jobs here on these Diginis. We have Crossover. Crossover to have remote jobs, but remote jobs on Crossover are not plenty. They're not that much. But you can see Crossover, you can see jobs, you can get jobs on crossover.com and go there and can apply, it's remote jobs. Then there's the Indeed. Indeed is very big when it comes to these remote jobs, especially if you know what you are looking for. Yeah, so especially if you know what you are looking for. So let's just say you type in and one of the things you type, no, is because let's click on Indeed on this one first. So my default is remote. That's why you are seeing remote here, because you can choose by location or choose remote. So let's just say, let's use the same thing we did, content. So content writer, remote, search. It's going to give you the jobs that are content writing, 475 jobs. Then you can use these filters. Remember what I used to say about filters? You can use filters to filter it, filter it down. Just pay attention to filters. You can sort by relevance, you can sort by dates, how recent it is, or how relevant it is, in case you want the ones that are just, that they posted recently. So you can see these and you can apply. Go to Indeed, Now, the thing about remote jobs is, one thing you guys need to know about remote jobs is that when you are using remote job boards, or when you're using LinkedIn, it's a long-term strategy. The reason I like Upwork is that the period it takes you to land a job on Upwork is short. I created an account, not that I created an account, the account has been there, I just not used it. I applied for a job with one account, and that account, I applied for the job, and the proposal for that job. So that was the first time I was applying for a job on that profile. That was the first time, and that happened this week, 2 days ago. I applied for a job on that account. That was the first time so just imagine the account is a newbie, because that was the first time I was applying for jobs, $0 and zero everything. And the first proposal got viewed in less than 1 hour as on Upwork. So that tells you that as a newbie on Upwork, if you know what you are doing, and I've always been shouting, I've always been saying it. That's why I've been teaching you guys, because if you know what you are doing, you can be a newbie on that platform and get a job. As in, I have stories of people that got their first job from their first proposals. I have plenty of that. Even Peter got his first job like in 2 days. Or 2 days training, and 2 days later I got his first job. So it's that's why I like Upwork, and you build on that. But the game is the game. They are trying to make more money from their platform, so there's nothing you can do about that. You just focus on what you can control. So with remote jobs, you're going to be needing resumes. You're going to be needing. I'm not even going to go deep into that today. Should I do that today, sir? With remote jobs, you're going to be needing resumes. So you need to create resumes. No, I just want to do LinkedIn today. You're going to be needing resumes, and you need to just have good profiles, learn how to write cover letters. You can even use ChatGPT to create cover letters. There's many things to teach you people. It's only LinkedIn I want to teach today. Maybe next week, I'll do the part 2 of this session. I'll teach you resumes. I'll teach you building resumes. I'll teach you building cover letters using ChatGPT, blah, blah, blah. And I'll just go, yeah. But it's LinkedIn. My plan for this session is just LinkedIn. Yeah, so that's just it. We have WeWork found, which is Angel List. So you can go to worldfarm.com, it's like Angel, is Angel, I say it's like, is Angel is they changed their name. So you can see they have startup jobs. And I have a lot of people that have gotten jobs here. I have a lot of my students that have gotten jobs on this platform. Some of them have even gotten internship on these platforms and they've gotten full-time roles. So there's ZipRecruiter, but this is mostly always taking me to the UK platform. So if you're in the UK, maybe you can be using the ZipRecruiter, you know, for jobs. Normally ZipRecruiter is global, but I don't know why it's also always taking me to UK. It's called .co.uk and I want to, yeah. But there's ZipRecruiter, then there's Remotive, there's remotive.com. There's a whole lot of them. I'm just giving you all these ones. So there's, for example, all these sites are sites that I've opened. I use these tabs to teach people. All these sites. So if you can see, for example, you can see all the old remote jobs. These are writing remote jobs, content. See. So I remember what I said, when you're using all these platforms, you have to look for worldwide. If you see sometimes they are always specific to some locations. So unless you see worldwide, that's when you can apply. This one says they only want people from USA. They only want people from USA and Netherlands. They want people from Mexico. So that's the way it works here. And there's a lot of jobs. Writing is not the only jobs here. You can see QA, human resource, marketing, DevOps, data analysis. Let's use data analysis this time around. So data analytics, if you're a data analysis person, you see so business analysis worldwide, it means you can apply. Then you can check, you can also pay attention to the day it was posted. So you can click on it, you can click on the job. You'll notice that there'll be a lot of applicants. Sometimes I used to write the number of applicants. So, but you can click on it, read the job description very well. Read it very well because it's a full-time remote job. So read it very well and and apply for it. They will ask for your resume, your cover letter. That's the thing about remote jobs. So read it very, very well. They're looking for business analysis and they're looking for anybody worldwide. So it means that you can compete with anybody, you can compete with everybody around the world. So, and you use that lessons to apply for jobs like that. Now, so that's for Remotive. Then finally, there's WeWork Remotely. I remember one of my students that got a job here too. There are more than one set have gotten jobs here. So there's WeWork Remotely too. And you can also use WeWork Remotely to get jobs. Some jobs, there will be some jobs you will see here that are on there are some jobs that you will mostly see them on most different remote job boards, but there are some jobs that they are specific to those. They're exclusive to the particular remote jobs platform. So yeah, so pay attention to the jobs. The feature are the ones that the client paid to be at the top. Now, why do they pay people? Because hiring can be a very strenuous thing. Sometimes companies will give HRs. So HR will now pay to hire because the more the hire, they will get a percentage of this, the agreement, because I know some of my students are into HR now, and I know the way the thing works. So they hire for clients regularly. So that's why they have to use see all this featured because they want to hire. Because if they can hire, they'll get paid for getting a candidate for the client. So you can check all these platforms, and you can, go through the categories, sales and marketing, customer support. So let's even check customer support in this one. So if you're in customer support, you can go through the customer support roles here. Remember what I said, always check full-time USA, it means USA. So contract anywhere in the world. It means if you're in tech support or you can anywhere in the world, you can go on it, you can check, you can apply, and anyway, like let's look for another one. So custom, but this one was posted a long time ago. So, but you can still try a lot to know if they are still hiring because all this time they used to give. So when it comes to all these things, sometimes they give a long time to hire, like they spend a long time to at least look for the best people for the roles they want to hire for. So they don't just rush. I still remember what I said about applicants. 7,000 applicants. You can see that if you are complaining about 10 people submitting proposals on Upwork, see what it is on all these remote jobs. You see why I'm always biased towards Upwork. Can you see? You are competing with 10 people on Upwork, you are complaining. You are competing with 15 people, 20 people. See the people you are competing with on remote job platform. This one's even post it. Other ones will not post it. But this one, see, can you see? So, but it has to be, the game is the game. There's nothing you can do. These ones don't cost connect. If you know you can't buy connect, then be patient enough and go through this one. So it's either you get money to save time, or if you don't have money, have all the time to be doing all these things, and one of them will click. So yeah, so those are the other platforms. Well, but it's LinkedIn I said I want to talk about today. LinkedIn is one of the, when it comes to remote jobs, when it comes to building your platform, your career. When it comes to a lot of stuff, LinkedIn is a very good. And there are different ways to get jobs on LinkedIn. And we're going to be talking about everything. Yeah, I'm going to be covering all the different ways to get jobs on LinkedIn. Yeah, so that you guys can at least, because I've had people come to me this week, they'll be like, oh, I want to enter LinkedIn. What can I do? And I'm like, don't worry, I'll create this and you guys will be able to use it for yourself. Now, the first way is using the search and using the job place, for example. So, what are you looking for? So, let's say we're looking for copywriting jobs. We're looking for copywriting jobs. Now, when you type in copywriting, and I want you to pay attention to this. When you type in copywriting or copywriter, it's telling you that, are you looking for copywriting posts? Are you looking for copywriting people? Are you looking for copywriting services, groups, companies, events? So you are now, or courses. Can you see courses, products, even here, or schools? Now it's now up to you to select that I'm looking for copywriting jobs. Please pay attention to all these things. So now when we say are looking for jobs, now it takes you to the um takes you to the this thing. It's by default. It takes you to the jobs available. Now, as you can see, there are 6,180 jobs available for copywriting here. Now, here you can go here and say you want remote only. So it's going to narrow it down. So from 6,000, we now have just now less than 1,000, just close to 1,000 jobs available for copywriters. So now that if you're in copywriting, you can be scrolling through these 1,000, close to 1,000 jobs and be applying. And it won't cost you any connect. You guys, we are complaining about connect. But I like that day too, they will put it to the applicants. This one says over 100 applicants. Over 100 applicants. Was 3 days ago. 2 weeks ago, over 100 applicants. The game is the game. You just have to. If you can't afford to buy connect, yeah, that's what you have to do. Over 100 applicants, 56 applicants 3 days ago. Okay, the ones that are promoted are at the top. So they too, they are using the ad, they are promoting. They're the ones at the top. 35 applicants, 67 applicants. Okay. So yeah, so you can be seeing all these things. You can be, throwing your hat in the ring. Compete with the best now, so that you can get, yeah. So as you can see, you see the amount of people you are competing with, then you can even try. So let's say you want to even apply very well. So if you can get you can get the upward, the LinkedIn premium, there's a 30 months free, if you've not used it. There's a 30 months free. They're telling me to retry. This is what they're telling me to retry again. They want to give me another 30 months for free. I'm not interested now. I'll be interested in the future. Now, so there's a 30-month free premium that comes with if you've not used it. So it means that you can even, so if you know that you want to really apply on LinkedIn, say, okay, the whole of April, I want to use it to apply. So that means that you can do the LinkedIn premium 30 days trial, and that will give you premium, and that will give you, and it also helps you, at least it builds you up. If you have the money, if you can afford to continue using premium, fine. If you can't afford it, you stop it after 30 days. Yeah, but at least use that to help you as you're applying. So as you can see, these are jobs for copywriter. You can see some in content writing too. They go hand in hand, and depending on keywords. Yeah, so yeah, there's a lot of promoted jobs here. There's even different pages. So see jobs where you are top applicant premium. They just want me to use, they want me to spend money. I want to collect my money. Yeah, but as you if you get the drift, you just see it, then you can see when the job was posted, see what's. But now, one of the things you can also do is this. Let me give one of the things, since we are focusing on LinkedIn. One of the things you are doing, especially if you are on the premium, is that you can find ways to see these job recruiters. So with premium, for example, you'll be able to message people without you'll be able to message them. So why not connect with job recruiters? Like, why not start building relationship with a lot of job recruiters, especially if you are using premium? So because you are using premium, you'll be able to build a relationship with this job recruiter. So why not leverage that well? Why not use that well? Like, connect with them, message them, and just build a relationship. Some of them would show interest, others will not show interest. Then sometimes you would see people, you can see some people from your school or from your workplace, if they work there, or like, you can see things like this. Maybe because of my own university, it's telling me that one of my alumni works here, or maybe so that means I can connect with this person. So at least you get. So I'm just saying that be strategic when you are using all these things. Be strategic and think beyond, or think outside the box, yeah. Or think like there's no box, basically. So just, you see different jobs. There's a whole lot of jobs. Just continue to apply, and it's free. Yeah, using the search. So that's the first way to apply for jobs on LinkedIn. Now, the second way to be strategic when it comes to application for jobs is, I tell people, you check groups. So if you're a copywriter, number two, this is more like number three, because I already mentioned you connect with HRs, but let's just say this is number two. I'll still talk about HRs again. So now you see there are over 256 groups in copywriting. So why not join these groups? See, these groups, check them out. Check the ones that are active. Maybe join 5, 10 of them, 15 of them. One of the things I would recommend is, when you join these groups, be active in this group. Comment, reply, learn. So when you are joining this group, be strategic. You are doing this for the long strategy, or the long-term goal. Now, what are the things you do? You join the groups, you comment, you make posts too. When you post, you can post on for example, you can post on your own wall. We'll talk about that in the inbound strategy, but we are still on the outbound strategy here on LinkedIn. Now, you can make posts. When you post, you can come to your groups and also duplicate the post there. Now, it's going to give you more reach, and it's also going to put you in the mind of people, so that and before you know it, you can get friends, get clients from these groups. I know a lot of people that have gotten jobs from these groups. This is for copywriting. You can check the same thing for content writers. You can check for content writers. You can check for content writers. We can check groups like, as you can see, there's group for content writers. We can check for digital marketers. You can see, you can check for virtual assistants. So yeah, as you can see, so these are one of the things. If you are coming to groups, or if you are joining groups, don't be a nuisance. Don't be a nuisance. Just be strategic. See. So there are groups like this that you can join, and some of them will not make sense. Leave. See, for example, look at 879 groups. So that means that you can test 10, see how it is. And if those 10 are not, if like 2, 3 of them are not doing well, or if 1 or 2 of them, just be strategic when it comes to these groups. Be strategic when you're like, as I said, you post, you talk, you comment, then you also look for people that are looking for jobs. You also connect to, like, when you see that, you see some people there, they might have companies, or they might have things they do, they might just be talking about their own company. Then you connect with them. Like, maybe you reply, like, see, let me tell you something about connecting with people. You can be strategic about it. So in the sense that, for someone to, like, let's say I want to talk to someone, one of the first thing I would do is this. I'll first be visible for that person. And how do you do it? How do you do it? You comment, you reply, you comment, you reply, you comment. Like when they make posts, you talk, you talk, you talk. Maybe sometimes you are mostly targeting the first person to talk. At least before they go and do something else, they see that someone has commented and they quickly see you. Now, when they see you and they are seeing your name, they are seeing your name, they are seeing your comments. The day you enter their inbox, your name will be familiar. Even if it is looking like a cold email, it's not going to be looking like a cold email anymore. Your name will be familiar. So that's number two, the groups, using groups. Now, the third method is just, using the inbound method. That's one of the third methods I've mentioned, like using the inbound method, which is building your profile. Like, no matter the method you are even going to be using, you need to ensure that your profile is well built, like your profile is well optimized. Now, when it comes to optimization of your profile, from your title to your bio, to your about, to your featured. Now, on Upwork, we used to talk about portfolios. Now, on LinkedIn, they call it featured. See, this featured is your portfolio on LinkedIn. So ensure that you populate this featured with things that you want people to see anytime they come to your profile. So please, this featured, if you're a data analyst, put your top work there. Put your top, like things that you want people to see when they land at your profile. That's what you should put on your featured. So I'll not have time to edit these things. But you can always, and you can add anything to your featured. You can see, you can add a post, you can add a newsletter, add an article, you can add media, picture, documents, you can add a link to video. So as you can see, these are the things you can add to your featured. It's like portfolio on Upwork. So please pay attention to this featured, because when people land on your profile, those are the things they will see. Then you're about, you should talk about you, which is like your overview on Upwork. Then your tagline, very important. Check people in your niche so you can, see how your tagline compares with theirs. Then, yeah, every other thing includes your activity, which is the things you do. Other people will not see your activity. You're the only one that can see your activity. Then your experience. This experience is very important. Put your experience, like all the things you've done, all the things you can do. Make sure that they are there, and make sure your experience is well detailed. If my experience is not updated, maybe because I'm not using LinkedIn to get jobs, so I'm not bothered. But your experience this is my own experience. Your experience should be well updated, and should have everything, so that now the thing is, experience also now for LinkedIn, experience go hand in hand with your skills. So your skills, this skill section here. So this skill section, you can put a lot of skills on your profile, and you can link some of these skills to your experience. You can link the skills to you can link the skills to your experience. So yeah, as you can see, then you can get endorsement from people, friends, people people can endorse you for these things. You can be telling your friends or people in your community or people you connect with. So a lot of people have endorsed me for it. I didn't ask anybody to endorse me, but people have been endorsing me for these things. So yeah, you can. Oh wow, management 20. Wow. That's good. Yeah, I'm saying this for the first time. But yeah, you can, see all the old endorsements and all. Like, yeah, you can see. Just, you can get the endorsement from people, blah, blah, blah. Then just ensure that your skills are well up to date. Now, we're just still talking about your LinkedIn profile. So after your skills, then you can get recommendation. You can receive recommendation. You can give recommendation. So I've given 2 recommendations and I've received 1. Bafemi, I didn't even ask him, we just gave it. Yeah. So then courses, your language, your interests, and the courses you follow, like what you are interested in. This is when I joined LinkedIn, was when I put this. This was like 10 years ago, thereabouts. I've always had economic empowerment, education, human rights. Yeah. Politics. I need to remove politics here. I'm not interested in politics. Health, human rights. Yeah, but you can see, as you can see, everything on your profile go hand in hand, and just ensure that your profile is very, very optimized. Then when you start looking for job, it's very important you fill in this open to work. This open to work. Ensure you add it to your LinkedIn so that it will show on your profile that you're looking for job, and it will also tell recruiters that you are looking for job. So I'm open to finding a new job. Ensure you add it on your LinkedIn profile. Then if you are hiring, you use this if you are looking for work. So that's yeah. So everything about your LinkedIn should be here. So this is the third method. Now, when still on the third method is making posts. Now, when you start making posts, in addition to the second method I talked about in the groups I talked about, when you are making posts, be consistent. Like consistency does not mean you need to make posts every day, please. Consistency says that when it comes to consistency, it just says if it's once per week you want to be making posts, just make sure you are consistent. If it's 2 times per week you want to be doing it because you have other things you are doing, just be consistent. Because when you are doing that, it gives you the opportunity to get noticed. And as I said, because when people retweet for repost stuffs, they repost to their network too. So I like the way LinkedIn works in the sense that it works in the same retweets on Twitter, but at least so when the people can repost to their own network, and you never can tell who is going to land on your profile and just click on your bio. And that's why I just showed you how your profile should be optimized. So that's number 3. Number 4, which is I already mentioned it, is your relationship with HRs, your relationship with company owners, business owners. Now, this is all the old stuff, everything I mentioned, they go hand in hand. Now, when you see business owners, when you see people that need stuffs, you can connect with them. Now, this brings me to the cold emailing part, especially when you're connecting with people that don't know you. There are some cold email strategies that you have to go, like, because a lot of people reach out to me on LinkedIn via cold emails. There are some of them that I reply to, there are others that I just ignore. And I'm asking myself, why do I reply to these people? Because sometimes there are some cold email strategies that you have to ensure that you do. Like, you have to ensure that you do when it comes to cold email. For example, you have to ensure that you have to ensure that you are delivering value. You have to ensure that you are giving value, you are delivering value, and you have to ensure that understand that when you are doing cold email, when you are contacting anybody, the first question you must be answering is what's in it for them. Because when you are sending a cold email to anybody, whether it's an HR, a company owner, if you can answer the what's in it for us and what is in it for them, like if you are able to answer that, trust me, you'll be able to I get a lot of messages. No, I don't even bother to answer. I don't have time. If you're able to answer that, you'll be able to just take it off and get the best from it. So basically, these are some of the things you need to note when it comes to LinkedIn. I have some resources. I have ebooks. I think you have those ebooks in your course now. I already had it. There are ebooks I created some resources on some of them I didn't create, but I curated it, like in the sense that I got it. So resources on, for example, resources on cover letter, resources on LinkedIn, and I've added them to your course, I believe. So yeah, another thing is, I didn't even mention this part too. When you are looking for things too, when you are typing things, typing this, for example, when you say you are typing digital marketer, remember that you can check digital marketer via jobs, but you can answer via groups. I think I talked about jobs, I talked about groups. Now you can also check it via posts. Now, when you're using posts, you have to be careful with the keyword. So you can put maybe um, um, hiring virtual assistant. Let's just use that as a keyword. Now, let's try that keyword. So let's just say hiring virtual assistant, or I should say hiring VA. Let's just try this. So you can play around all these things, but this time around, it's posts we are looking for. So you can click on these posts and you can scroll down be checking the posts. Maybe people they want to hire VAs, so you can check and So you see posts that are related to your niche. So and you can engage with them, or you can connect, or you can apply if they are looking for looking for people in this. So though basically this is just the first part, I would, as I get as we go on this, I'll continue to teach you guys more things to note. At least the ones I've taught you today, go and use them. Yeah. Just, the goal is this, or the point I'm trying to pass across to you guys is this. Don't focus on Upwork alone. I've always been shouting that since day one. That's why if you notice my course is not just Upwork. My course is multiple platforms. That's why, because I know that you can't be dependent on one platform, because the day anything happens, it means that you lose your source of livelihood. So you need to start having plan Bs. That's just the point I'm trying to pass across. So I hope I've been able to convince and not to confuse you. So yeah, that's it about that.